set his people free. But there's something they had to do. Have you ever known that this one feast, there's a lot that has to be done?
Yes. Yes.
I made some unleavened bread with my hands. I had to go get this. I had to go do that. I had to go do this. Then I got to prepare myself to do this right here. It's a lot. All the other feasts, you just throw in it, don't you?
Yeah.
But this one, you got to consider some things. Why? Because a life was taken. Listen very careful. A life was taken, but a life was given. Taken, but yet given. Because through one man, sin came into the whole world. And by one man, salvation and life came into the whole world. So guess what? Yahweh balanced it out. Yahweh had what? I said Yahweh is not fair that one man sinned and then we all got to suffer because it's an action. Yahweh said, keep reading the book. And so we see that. Now we get into the Passover Seder. You got before you 3 things that the Bible says that we should have. All the other things, we're not going to have them anymore. You can have them if you want to have them with the meal. But there was 3 things that Yahweh said that he wants to be on to commemorate Passover. The bitter herb, the lamb, and the unleavened bread. 3 things. That's it. All the other things were added. What did Yahweh say about adding things?
Don't add.
Don't too much like that apples was added.
Yeah.
Now we can have the apples later on because we're gonna be thinking about the promises. The salt water and the plastic dip, we talk about the tears going to the Red Sea, all that stuff, the egg, all those things was added. It's not irrelevant that we do that. But what you can do, we can have it later on. Shalom, shalom. Are we listening? You can have it later on. Let's see if we can get some seats. Somebody can help get some seats inside there. They can sit inside there. Ben, come a little close by the bathroom. Are we listening? Are we listening? Now I found out something about 3 different groups of people. Very quick now. Because time is wasted. That handle Yahweh's word. There's only one group of people that handle Yahweh's word correctly. You got the Jewish people who add to Yahweh's word. The Orthodox Jews. And Yahshua said, what did he say? Beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and the doctrine, teaching. They added to things that Yahweh said not to add. And he said, in vain do you worship me, teaching for doctrine the commandments of man. And then you got the Messianic believer, we're going to do it just like Yahweh said. And then you got the first day people who takes away, oh, you ain't got to do that. So that's 3 different group of people that handle Yahweh's word, and they may handle Yahweh's word incorrectly. But we, as Messianic people, we got to follow Yahweh's word to the what? To the left. All right? Now, I'm ask you a question right quick before we get ready. Shalom, shalom. Are we listening? Are we listening? Are we listening? Lost some train of thought. Where was your mind at today? What was you thinking about today? Do you know that Yahshua had died about almost 2.5 hours ago? You know what he said? His final word was? Kala. The Hebrew word kala means it is finished. There's 2 things that we know scripture-wise that Yahweh said kala. Y'all say it with kala. Kala. Well, all that means is finished. All right? I got it. You got to take this chair right here. You got another chair. Yeah. Stop like that, brother. You can sit on the table. All right? Okay, what's the chair?
You gotta move that one. Move that one.
Okay, yeah. What's ball got there? You got it. I think that chair and then go around. I'll do it. Oh, listen.
Let me get that.
Last night while y'all was sleeping in your cotton with the nice satin pillowcases, y'all sure didn't get no sleep at all last night, 2,000 years ago. He was arrested in the garden under cover of darkness because the people of that time, watch out now, the people of that time didn't want the people to know that they were arrest y'all sure, so they did it in secretly. I mean, know whatever done in secret, y'all gonna bring to the light.
All right.
But y'all gonna allow that to happen. Because had the people that came during the daytime, it would have been a riot.
Yes.
A lot of people love Yahshua the Messiah. Are you listening? They weren't going to ever take it. You would see some of the reaction that Peter had. But they came and laid their hands on Messiah. Peter got his sword. He wanted to fight and kill somebody. Are you listening? So Yahweh allowed that to happen in the night when everybody was asleep, and they never thought he was being sneaky. But Yahweh said, okay, put it on. Because that's when sin is mostly prevalent, is in the darkness, where it gets its power. But you know what? As you were sleeping, Yahshua between 12 o'clock to about 6 o'clock in the morning, he was going back and forth to the courts of Pilate and to the rabbi, trying to accuse him of being what? A false teacher, and talking about he was Elohim. Are you listening? And by the morning time, when the news got out that he had been arrested, the whole Jerusalem was stirred up. They were stirred up. And when the mother, have you ever seen your child or something happen, and when that child get beaten up, you see him the next morning, how they gonna beat him? He was unrecognizable. They had beat him so bad, his face was swollen up. But guess what the word said? Not one of his bones shall be broken.
That's right.
And the lamb, a Passover lamb, we about to take in a few minutes. It cannot be broken. It has to be. When they got to eat the lamb, it was like a scallop. You ever see the scallop of an animal? All the meat was put down off it, and there was the carcass of the lamb was intact. It could not be broken. And neither was the bone of Yahshua Messiah. Now, one of his bones, all that hit him in the face and hit him with that elbow and put it, listen, they pulled his beard out by the root. I mean, just snatched his beard out by the root. His eyes was closed, bloody, his face was, and then they beat him all this. They beat him all that night. And the next morning, when the people saw him, especially his mother and the saints, they couldn't even recognize him. He was a bloody mess. Very quickly, when you go to the book of Revelation, it was speaking about there was 7 seals, but no one was worthy to open up the seal. But somebody say, "Don't cry, John. There's one for the tribe of Judah."
Yes.
And Judah looked, it was a lamb, looked like he had been slain. No, blood was still dripping off him. Oh, yes. And the reason why we're here today is because of what Yahshua did.
Hallelujah.
And that's why it's so much detail. He was in Egypt, praise Almighty. As we get ready to go do this, Pastor Seder now. Now, I decided from now on out, I'm making my own monsters. I don't care what the Spirit say.
Yes.
Nobody. Now, this is, you see the box on the table?
Yeah.
They are unleavened. But I guarantee they didn't look like this. This was unleavened bread. This is how they made the bread right here.
Right. Yeah.
I made 12, listen, I didn't know what was counting. I made 12 loaves of bread like that. I made 2 of them, but they're all made out of, some of these right here, made out of 4 things. Flour, oil, salt, and unleavened bread. I mean, unleavened flour. And I had to work it. I had to work it and work it.
Yes.
And all put oil in it and work it. All for the anointing, salt for the covenant, water for the sanctification, and the unleavened. And listen, and the flour is plain because Yahshua Messiah, he's our bread of life, and he has no additive in him at all. He's plain. So I use them for a brief. But this right here, I got some brown sugar in it. I got a little bit of listen. But look at that. It's unleavened.
It's a little sweet.
You can't even know how to taste it. Now over to the temple there, the bread is different because it's made with Messiah up to his body. But I want you to see, a long time ago, the leavened bread didn't look like that back there on the table. Nah, I'm sorry, it didn't. All right? I mean, listen. Now, so now, why? That's how we went to prayer. We give it a bless the food and give it to have our Passover Seder. Now the word Seder means order, but I have to disagree with that. You know why? Because all them eggs and all that other stuff added, that's what Yahweh said. I'm sorry. Y'all be thankful Yahweh ready. You know what Yahweh said He's going to do for his people? This is very careful. I hope and pray that I fall in that category. I'm going to send you pastor out of my own heart. And another thing, we don't use wine. You know they put yeast in wine. You know they put yeast in wine to get the ferment. Do you know that?
Yeah.
So everybody who's drinking wine, they're drinking something that got yeast and leaven in it. And that's why I thought I said to you all, the three main components, water, grape juice, and wine, there's only one that not been contaminated with, and that's water. And that's what Yahweh going to give us on the end, do you haven't heard. But for those who not yet convinced, like somebody, but not come up here with a glass of our grape juice. But for those who still may not understand because of the sharp notice, I do have some grape juice for you to drink. But this is the only time you would do it this time because next year you're going to be getting it and I ain't going to be giving it to you. Right? I'm just saying. But I guarantee you this right here, that it's water. It's the living water. He kept saying, and listen, very careful, I'm going to leave it alone. And we're going to talk about me getting over to the temple. There's something about the Canaan wedding that Yahweh, why did he go to the wedding? And why did they run out of wine? And why did he say, look, get some water, and he blessed it, and the water turned to wine. But he said something, he said, my hour has not yet come. But when his hour did, he talking about the Holy Spirit, giving us the Holy Spirit. All right, so let's give it the bless this the food. Father Yahweh, once again, we thank you for allowing us to be able to come into this season. Father, forgive for our shortcomings, but you know the things that have took place for all of us to be here today. And Father, we're here. Now, let your words and your grace cover us, Father. Please, I should. We get to say anything that's out of place. Forgive us as we get ready to partake of these things that commemorate the time of our peoples in the land of Egypt. Pray that your name. Hallelujah. All right, right here we're going to keep it. Let's get ready to as you prepare your food, we're still talking. So you can put your we always eat at the same time. Get your horseradish. I advise you to be very careful with the horseradish. It's not to play with. Don't eat nothing yet. Just put everything. When everybody got everything on their plate, then we will eat. Right. How many y'all like to taste some of this unleavened bread here? I'm sorry.
We can't have that one, right?
Yes, unleavened. So one of the sugars?
Yeah, but
You can get that too in there.
I made 2 types. You can have it. I'm about to say how many y'all want. The other one over there is, this is unleavened. Just like tonight. Can they have your chicken tonight? My mama made some unleavened cakes. We can have it. Do not eat. Yeah. Mother Griffin.
Nobody eat that.
I guess we gotta take our medicine. I guess we gotta take our medicine. I don't want to confuse you.
Oh, the-
Nah, nah, you don't want to get on me, man.
So yeah, this is all I got to say about that.
Oh, yeah.
He's gone.
Buddy, you want one, buddy?
Yeah, put it in there. That's more.
Yeah,
Everybody gotta have everything.
get it all.
Oh yeah.
Can I get the months?
All right, y'all let me know you're ready. Everybody should give this a little small piece of land. You got to eat a whole lot of this little small piece. This long as you help.
I'll put it over here.
Yeah, careful now.
All right.
Careful with that.
Oh, yeah.
I, my father, children, we can get ready to partake of the Passover meal. Now, have you ever known somebody Yahweh? We're at his table. Tomorrow, and then later on, we're going to go to the have another meal. Yahweh loves to have for his children to be around him to eat. And he likes to share himself with us as we partake of him. All right, so let's prepare to eat the Passover Seder. And we thank Almighty for allowing us to come out of Egypt. And there's a physical, there's a spiritual Egypt too. The world is Egypt too. Y'all want to come out of Egypt, okay? So let's partake of this. Praise God.
Oh, they want to put it in a little thing.
We need some spoons. I got some spoons.
Yeah, they put it in a little.
Yes, y'all can put it in.
You need spoons?
What the water, Pastor? Water?
Yes.
Water.
No, you got
This is Passover. We have all my supper in the temple.
Oh, I thought,
Just to drink this?
he said eat.
Yeah.
Oh, you said eat at the same time.
Y'all eat. Y'all eat.
They eat water.
Can't see.
I want to see it. What's her name? Lady Griffin. Lady Griffin. I got a picture. Lady Griffin.
Oh, thank you.
Lady Griffin. I'm ready to see you eat your leg. It's better. You see what size? I want to watch. You see what size I got?
That's what I need some A1 sauce, ain't it? Ain't it, Philly? Philly.
How many bread were there? How many bread did Almighty say you gotta eat?
I love you some A1.
What's the name of them?
I'm cleaning up a firstborn. Frogs, flies, locusts, darkness.
That's right, Nancy.
Royals.
That's right. That's right.
Careful, Linda. Not too much. You got some out there already.
Like this hill and like this, let's walk. Hill and like this.
Yeah, get some water now.
Why suppose Pharaoh wouldn't let the people go?
He wanted to create. No, they're very blessed. Free neighbor caused Egypt to be blessed. Their very presence. The fact that Israel was dead. Just like here.
You know what?
You're right.
Salem is a representation of
America.
Salem is a representation of Pharaoh. Pharaoh, the Salem is stubborn just like Pharaoh. I'll tell y'all. Salem is very stubborn. And he will not let Yahweh people go.
Next, it tastes good. It tastes nasty, but you gotta eat it. The main one I thought would stop you like you call it. Like,
I'm sorry. I didn't get the middle. Oh, no, that's called. Eat it. The little piece and just eat all the cracker. You won't taste it. You won't taste it. Eat the cracker.
It tastes good. I didn't know we had sliced your one minute.
Yes.
Yeah, this one ain't too bad.
It's really not that bad though.
He's taking it and pace. Don't put it.
All right.
What's it do? What's it
What did the world?
You about to get a whooping. At the pastor, go.
This is a great topic, y'all. What do Egypt represent? And what else? It represents the world and bondage.
I'm gone, eh?
What do Pharaoh represent? Say it. What do children of Israel represent? Huh? What children of Israel? What do children of Israel represent? They represent the people of Messiah. And the misbetters were those who were coming to the covenant of Yahweh. Israel was not the only one come out of Egypt. A mixed multitude came out too. Be careful about the mixed multitude. You be getting your ear after y'all going through it. So this is one we got to this one. Because of the mixed multitude complaining, Israel stopped complaining. Oh, y'all about done? You get ready to go. Ready something, go next door.
What about my nose?
Is that because go next door? It's up to y'all. Y'all want to keep going to the food now?
No, we usually eat way after.
No, usually.
We know we go next door. Now, I got a shape bone on here. This is represent, it's called Zorah. It represents the strong arm of Yahweh to rescue his people. That's why I got the bone on there. That's Yahweh.
Yeah. I need that for something.
We got more. Are y'all got registration? Go get some. Yes. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, now you're sleeping.